Hello guys, welcome to my spiritual channel, Esoteric Cloud Surfer. In this channel, we take esoteric cloud, which means that it's a cloud that it's lighter in frequency and vibration, it's lighter in weight as itself, and it's less dense than the realm that we are living right now. So we can take a ride on one of these clouds, we can take one that already exists, or we can create our own cloud, esoteric cloud, and then we go surfing on it, and we go above than the actual realm that we are living in right now. And that allows us to experience lighter frequencies and vibrations, lighter events, and to actually experience and feel these events and these frequency and vibrations sooner and in a not so heavily emotional way that we do right now in the realm that we are actually living in now. So that allows us to take a wider view, bird's eye view, to the things that we are paying attention to in right now in the physical realm, and that allows us to also to see ourselves from a different perspective, okay? And from that point we can make better decisions, pay attention to the things that we are paying attention right now, take a brighter look to our emotions and things like that, and then we can make better decisions, help others and ourselves in much more sufficient ways. So today I have a special guest. It's her. She is special because she's new to the channel and because she's special by herself. Alright? And today, I know, expect her to be on more videos with me. Expect also her to do her own videos. And expect to continue to see me doing my own videos as well. So, today we are going to talk about death. What is death? Because nowadays with all of this coronavirus thing and all of that, the fear of death has risen very much, okay? And we have to know what really death is, alright? So we don't fear it, because there is no reason to fear death. And actually fearing the death itself, it can be actually worse than actually dying. And we are going to approach that in a few moments. First, to understand what is the death of something, we have to understand what is the spirit, right? So, what is the spirit?
The spirit is space. Is no thing, no shape, no form. It is the moment when that space starts to vibrate, it becomes an individual. So that's when we create our first existence. When we create our existence, we experience and we gain more experience. We gain more wisdom and we gain more knowledge. So as a body, we dream, and when we dream, when we go to sleep or when we rest, that vehicle, we go again to our space, our individual space, that gives us the space literally to create our next existence, our next day, our next reality. So
we can say that while we are living this actual life, we are at the same time creating our next life. Mm-hmm. All right? Isn't that you wanted to say?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, by saying that, it's very important to know what kind of things you are paying attention now. Because, as as she was saying a few moments back ago, the spirit vibrates and then it creates something more solid that we can exit from our original space. Notice that the word existing it has the word exit in it. So we have to exit something to enter in something new. So we leave our own space and we go in to something that we create. So if the vibrations of the things that we are paying attention while we are living this life will determine our next life. All right? So these happen very specially and very in a lighter note in the dream world. All right? So we actually, literally and metaphorically are dreaming our next existence into reality. Okay? So pay attention to the things that you are paying attention right now, because the vibration of those same things will redirect your next life. And since I can remember, people have been afraid of dying. Do you think that is right? Or that is a natural thing to be afraid of dying? I'm asking you. No?
No. I think it's the idea of death. I think it was very
Demonized?
misused. Yes, demonized and misused, and how it was shown and how it is shown is very misused, and it is an illusion how it is represented.
Yes, because we are no thing, no shape
Exactly.
or form.
And the idea that usually we see as death is as if we are losing our identity
True.
by dying, exactly. While we are not what dies, we are not the body for it to die. If the body dies, it doesn't mean that our spirit goes away or disappears.
Because the body is only a creation of the spirit.
Yes.
The spirit is the creator. So if the spirit loses creation, it just creates another one. Alright?
Exactly.
And also, the fear itself, it's very, very low vibrational. It's one of the denser? Can you correct me on that?
Dancer.
It's
yeah.
one of the denser,
Dancist. Dancer.
that looks like dancer.
Yeah.
It's one of the heaviest emotions that we can experience in this lifetime. So, the fear of death, it's actually creating a worst. I have to notice you that English is not our native tongue. So if we get something wrong, don't judge us. Don't do that. But yes, being afraid to die, it's like really stupid. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it's the true thing. It's being really stupid to yourself, because you are creating a worser life, and not so good next life. Because as we already said, while you are living, you are creating a next life. So if you have a life based on fear, and if in the actual moment of your death you are fearful, that's the frequency and vibration that will manifest your next life. Alright?
Because you are manifesting your next life. And you are creating your own body in that plane of existence or that dimension.
So if you let's take example of Momika. Momika is a cat because her spirit developed those ideas, those emotions, those feelings, and it actually then come to the body of actual Momika.
But now she is dreaming her next life.
Exactly. And by her being in the presence of humans, because she's a cat house, a cat house.
A house cat?
She's a cat that lives mostly, because she goes outside and to play, in the house. So let's compare Momika to other cats that do not live in the house. Momika, she feels safe. She don't have to worry about food. She doesn't have to fight. She doesn't have to be fearful of her own life. She plays a lot. She has two human beings that by default have higher frequency and vibrations.
We are not so stuck in animalistic natures as
Exactly.
perhaps
Other
cats,
cats.
or cats that are outside, that are more of fighting and searching for survival.
Exactly, because the outside cat is striving for survival, while Momika is actually living life. And she is in an environment with humans that is, by having humans in it, has higher frequency and vibrations, higher emotions, higher thoughts, not so animalistic. So, by her spirit being absorbing those frequency and vibrations, it will manifest a life, a next life, with those same frequency and vibrations. But the other way around can also manifest. If you, that are a human being, live life like an animal, you are fearful, you strive for survival, you want to fight others, you see others as competition, your spirit is traveling in low and dense frequency and vibrations. So your next life will be a manifesting of those same frequency and vibrations. Do you understand that? Right. Then I actually forgot what we already talked about in this video. Have you said that the death is like dreams?
Kind of, but we could progress on that.
Okay.
Better.
Do you want to?
You can start.
Okay. So, death is literally like dreaming. Because think, what it's dreaming? When you go to sleep, your spirit leaves this body. Alright? When you die, your spirit leaves this body. And in both occasions, when you die and when you dream, they are actually very related words.
Die and dream.
Dying and dreaming is very related. You are going to your own genesis, a space that is just your own space. It's your solo space. So when you go dreaming, you are actually manifesting, bringing into reality your next day. Death is just a higher, a broader dream, a state of dreaming, because the dream manifests the next day and death manifests the next life of your spirit. Okay?
It's the transformation.
Oh, exactly. Keyword: death, aka transformation.
So if you are afraid of death, you are afraid of the transformation.
So you will be stuck.
Indeed. And even throughout your life, you can see if you are afraid of transformation. Doesn't matter what happens to you, if you are afraid of something going, as in of something transforming or transmuting even your own energy, can cause you to even unconsciously fear the transformation of this body, of you going and passing away. So you should look at yourself and ask
To your
yourself.
dreams
Exactly.
as well.
Exactly. So that's why it's even like, as we were talking about the dreams and the dream state, it's important as well to write your dreams, even if
Indeed.
you don't remember. it's important for you to show yourself that you are interested in what you are creating.
Yes, because what you see or what you experience in your dreams, it's what you are experiencing in your own space, right? So if you pay attention to it, if you know what's going on in your inside, you can then know and transform what's going on the outside, either for the next day, either for the next life. Because death is transformation. And maybe Aries and Scorpios understand this better because they are about transformation, but Aries is more about birthing. Scorpios are more about death, and Scorpios are unstable. They are very explosive. They are very deep and they have very wisdom as well, because they have the death energy in themselves. They are unstable because they are always looking for transformation. And think about that. You as a spirit, you are no thing, no shape or form, but you create a form for you to go in and experience. So by death being a transformation, is just a the only thing that dies is the creation, not the creator. All right. So being attached to things in the physical realm will bring you back to the physical realm, or can actually make you go further behind on your own evolutionary chain. All right. And the evolution itself will be another video that will be bringing to the channel. But understand, as you create your next life while you are living this one, it doesn't matter the direction. You are just creating it. Okay? So, if you experience new things, new frequencies and vibrations, new ideas, new thought forms, new emotions, you will create a new life. If you experience the same things, you will create the same life. If you are attached to some things in the real realm, you will not allow yourself to transform. You will not create such a different state of living. You will go straight back to where you were before, or even worse. So, don't be extra attached to your material things. Alright?
As into your body as well.
Yes. Many people don't do this, or don't do that, or don't do the other thing because it's bad for your body. But, like a friend of mine used to say, 100% of people who drink water die. Do you understand? Everyone does die. The thing is that if you are fearful, you will have a worse experience and a worse next life. And
as in a more chaotic. So you are not, you may not feel in no control of your situations or even of your emotions and your thoughts.
So you can go back to be a cat, you can go back to be a bug, you can go back to actually be a sea creature.
Yeah, because you are not recognizing your power. You are not recognizing.
You are afraid of it.
Exactly. You are afraid of your own powers as a spirit, which are infinite. So, so you are showing to yourself how you can separate creation from creator. But that, of course, being an illusion. That is why we immerse so much in the experience for us to really experience and to if you don't understand the easy way, you will understand it in the hard way.
We will learn the day.
You will yeah, you will learn today. You will learn to die.
Nice. Nice wording there. Really. So, to do a resume of the video, death is only transformation. But your spirit is no thing, no shape, no form, so the spirit can never die. Spirits can't be destroyed. Just can be smothered, can be crushed into a smaller state of being. But that's on you. That's only on you. No one does that to you unless you allow it and you believe it, alright? Oh, speaking on believing, your beliefs also are very important in this topic, because if you believe that you go to heaven or you're going to hell, you're really going there. But what you will find there is not what you've been told down here. Alright?
It's a conjunction of ideas.
Yes, it's not your idea. Exactly. It's someone else's idea.
Yeah.
And
if you are in a religion, that's what you will go through. You will go through all those purgatories that that religion created for you all, for the people that believe in it and are indoctrinated by it.
mm-hmm. Also, if you are attached to desires down here, you will come back to those desires as well. I lost my point. But it's
animalistic desires, is it?
Yes. If you are so attached to your desires, you will manifest an animalistic life, literally, like cats, little cats. I wanted to say something, but I forgot what it was. So don't be afraid of dying, because the fear itself will produce a bad experience and a worse life in your next life.
More frustration builds more frustration.
If you don't believe in anything, you will manifest that. You will have a life where you have anything. You're just a bum on the street.
But
okay?
You will learn.
Someday. But you can be lost for eons.
Yes.
And if you are already in this realm of reality, it's because you are lost one of your desires. So maybe your spirit is here already for long eons. So your spirit needs you to be straight. And don't fear death. Death is actually a blessing. Because you can take whatever you are learning in this lifetime and make a new thing with it. A new vehicle, new ideas, new feelings, new persons, new places.
You can do anything.
Anything. But you have to believe in yourself to do that. You have to believe in your power of being a creator.
Exactly, not your creations. Don't get lost in the creations. If you get lost in them, you will get attached to them. And you will think that you are it. So, you will have to learn that you are not it. You are no thing.
So, now for the real resume. While you are living, you are actually creating your next life. The things you pay attention to while you are living this life will determine your next one. Death is just transformation, it's not the end, because your life did not start here. And I read this on a manga. What has no beginning has no end. Alright? Then, don't be afraid of death. That fear will manifest into your next life. And death equals dreaming. Now that we have talked about death and how not a horror movie it is, it's not a horror movie, I would like to address the coronavirus situation. Because people are lockdown at home, people are practice social distancing, people are afraid. But people are not afraid of the virus. If there is really a virus, which I
Yeah.
don't believe it,
Mm-mm.
but that's another video. People are afraid of the virus because they are afraid of dying. So people are sacrificing their own lives, they are sacrificing being with their friends, they are sacrificing going to restaurants, they are sacrificing living their own life because they are afraid to die. Do you understand that? You are only afraid of dying, and that's low. That's really, really low.
And it's even when nobody was talking about this epidemic or this pandemic, doesn't matter what you call it. I noticed that nobody was talking about it but the news.
Mhm.
The news were the only ones talking about such thing. It's not because they were the first ones to know about it. It's because they actually, let's say, they are the ones who transmit that word. And
That frequency and vibration.
yeah, and for whatever reason, this pandemic exists or the news talks so much about it, it's for a reason. Perhaps not everybody that receives this message understands it because it's not so obvious. But as you see the repetition on the news and the repetition throughout everywhere that we need to do this, we need to prevent such things
Yes.
from something, but there is no correlation between any of the subjects that are talked about. So that makes me understand that what they are propagating is not only fear, but is fake information. It is many different subjects mixed together for someone to be afraid of death or for some kind of global crisis that has many other reasons behind it, that even the people that talk about this and the news that talk about this are propagating the fear of death and all that. I've got too much into it. I'm sorry.
Yes, but what she was saying is completely right, okay? And that leads to the sacrificing of your own life because you are afraid to die. But are you really living? Being afraid of dying, let you be free to actually live?
Yeah.
Because if you don't live, you'd rather be dead, mate.
Mhm.
For real. So you can create another life.
Yeah.
Don't be attached to material things. You are living like an animal.
Yeah.
You'll be an animal. You are eating animals, but not in a moderate way. You are afraid to experience another type of a diet. You'll be an animal.
Yeah.
Because animals eat animals.
That's like a parasite.
The point is not to criticize people who eat meat. Is to criticize people who are afraid to experience another type of eating, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I had another point, which I also forgot. That was... but the main point is don't be afraid of dying. I remember, it's so fucking important. When someone die, don't you dare to cry about it. Don't you dare to be sad about it. You celebrate it. You celebrate the life that the person had. Because by you crying, by you being sad, by you mourning the death, you are giving, you are exposing, you are transmitting those low, heavy, dense frequency and vibrations to the spirit. So the spirit is trying to leave this dense realm
And you are
and is
crying.
happy. Yeah, I'm going to create a better realm, and you crying, you are dragging it down again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You celebrate the life that the people
And the
had.
impact that that spirit had on yours.
You celebrate it. You don't cry. You don't be afraid of it. So don't stop yourself from living. Don't stop yourself from doing something just because it hurts your body. Okay? Because this body is only a creation of yours. You can create another one. Don't be afraid of doing this, that, and third just because you will die. Everything die, everything transforms. And the more you are against it, the more you will suffer. And the less things good into your life will manifest. Because you are afraid to experience new things. You are afraid to transform. Don't do that. You are hurting yourself. Do you think we are good to clean this one up?
Yes.
So, don't forget, while you are living, you are actually creating your next life. The things you pay attention to while you are living this life will determine your next one. The frequency and vibrations of it, not the literal things, but the frequencies and vibrations of those same things will determine your next life. So, if you are paying attention to low vibrational things, your next life will be low and in frequency and vibration wise. If you are paying attention to high frequency and vibrations, your next life will be higher and more energetical in vibration and frequency wise. Then death is just transformation, is not the end. Don't be afraid of death. That fear will not manifest into your next life. And death is just like dreaming, but in a bigger scale. And you take things to your next life. So you better be light. Otherwise, you will not create the next life. You will create the same or a life that you already have, like an animal or a bug. Saying that, we wish you very good surfing surfing experience in the esoteric realm. Mm-hmm. And remember, don't be afraid of the virus. Don't be afraid of coronavirus, because you are sacrificing your living experience just because you are afraid to die. Mm-hmm. And in that way, it's just better to not live at all. If you can't experience life, what's the point of being here? Mm-hmm. Don't hold on so much. Mm-hmm. You are not with your friends. You are locked down at home. You are not experiencing your true self. Okay? Don't be afraid of dying. Stay well, good surfing, and we will be here to give you more esoteric forecast. Peace.